Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom Week 5 Day 7. So today, we need to go over all the new stuff that's coming out next week. We actually have a very interesting troop that is potentially super game changing. As soon as I go bring it up, that is not the window I want. Where'd it go? Right over there is what I'm looking for. So, let's go bring this thing up. We have, this one's not the relevant one, the other one is. But this is basically just a standard raid troop, does extra damage to the boss, so on and so forth. Wait, what's its effect? Oh, it's boosted by skulls. I actually do not know what that boost ratio is off the top of my head. If I had to guess, it's at least a 1-to-1, maybe a 2-to-2. But regardless, it's essentially just how every single raid troop works in the entire game. So regardless what it is, it's going to function almost the exact same. So yeah, almost everything about it, pretty irrelevant. But yeah, just pretty standard raid troop. The noteworthy thing, though, is this right here. Red-purple, which are interesting colors. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff uses that. But it is convert all yellow gems to skull and give a bunch of attack to the first ally. What makes this good is it is the first empowered skull spam in the entire game. Not only that, but it's an empowered skull spam plus an attack buff, which I believe the attack buff takes place before the skulls. So that damage that you get from that will apply to all those skulls that you're about to do off the skull spam, off the empowered. So yeah, that's potentially insanely good. There's already a troop that technically does, a couple troops that technically already do skulls and attack buffs simultaneously. Like for example, Courage and what's that one called? Yasmin's, no, that one of Thorns, that one in Pen's Veil that steals attack, then does a bunch of skulls in green. Why do I forget her name? But yeah, there's already a couple things that do that mechanic. However, this does it with empowered, so you get to do it on the very first turn. Not only that, but you could potentially do it twice if you put 2 of them on your team if you really wanted to. That's probably a little overkill. But yeah, this could potentially make skull spam good again. Not that it ever wasn't, but you know, it's going to be even better now that it has an empowered option. Kind of weird that they would finally add empowered to skulls, but yeah, it's finally time. We'll see how this pans out. What colors don't have empowered yet, though? I'm pretty sure there was at least like 2, but now we have it for skulls before we even have it for every color. But yeah, this is going to be used for a lot of stuff. Probably going to be pretty good early game too, since most early game teams you don't even really bother casting. You just tend to take skull after skull after skull. But yeah, really great troop, really great arcane too, and it's an epic, so definitely stock up on red purples. Dozen billion things end up using red purple. So, yeah, definitely go get that thing maxed while getting a bunch of red purples, not just for her, but for everything else. And other than that, we have a weapon that boosts based on Groshnock allies. This might be good once we finally get a hero class that comes into this kingdom. Unfortunately, we do not currently have a hero class in this kingdom, so probably not going to be used too often, since obviously if you want to use this weapon, you have to use a hero class with it. And there's no hero class that really synergizes with this weapon properly. But, however, it does, it's pretty much just like any of the other Divine Protectors and stuff like that. Deals damage to an enemy, and it's boosted specifically on Groshnock allies, and ends up creating 6 reds, 6 browns, boosted by all the Groshnock allies on your team. And those colors are pretty decent, because almost every single thing in that kingdom ends up using red or brown. But yeah, good weapon once we finally get a hero class. Though I don't know any 4x Groshnock team that's going to be super good. Given that there's just a weird lack of synergy within the kingdom. There's a few good troops here or there, like Cyclops, the one that's being added tomorrow, maybe even the Legend in some circumstances. But overall, there's nothing like super spectacular out of that kingdom other than the troop that's coming in tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll see exactly how that pans out. But overall, it's one of those weapons that are useless now, but potentially good into the future. That is essentially that weapon in a nutshell. And yeah, those are all the main things coming next week. We don't have any of the... oh, there is one other thing. Actually, you know what? Let me go bring that up as well. I already have this up. Might as well go over it real quick. I don't have the exact link thingy for it. But this Friday, we are also getting a completely new faction. So let me go add that to our list of things to show real quick. Let's see. And that will be bringing in the curse mechanic as well. So if I move that right there, that should be visible now. Yeah, you guys can see that. There we go. Okay. So let's go zoom in because it's going to be too small otherwise. Where's the zoom in button? Zoom in button, where'd you go? But yeah, let me go over all this. Also, let me go check chat because I actually can't see chat while I'm in this screen. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dustin. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Jack. Hello, Sparrow. Hello, Captain. Hello, Mehmet. Hello, Mr. Moss. Hello, Zeddicus. Hello, Mulu. Hello, Overfiend. Hello, William. Hello, Lone Wolf. Hello, Pamela. And hello, everyone else. Welcome. Also, if anyone's still interested in joining the guild, I do believe I still have one spot left. Did anyone recruit that earlier today? I don't think they did. Nope. If anyone's still interested, if you can do 1,000,000 gold and level 1,000 plus, and you have and you could participate in all the guild events, let me know, as we do have one space left. Anyways, as far as this troop, these are the 4 that are coming in on these 4 right here are the ones coming in next Friday, March 8th, which will be part of the next faction, and will be the part of us finally getting the cursed mechanic, at least in a viable way. So this first one, deal magic plus 2 damage to an enemy and all enemies below them. If the enemy is, so basically a full AoE, assuming it hits first slot. If the enemy is cursed, deal double damage and death mark them. So I assume that double damage is per enemy check, and not just the first slot. But yeah, double damage to anything that's cursed. That's not too bad. It does seem to only place 1 curse, though, if I read that correctly. No, it doesn't even place a curse. Never mind, it doesn't even place a curse specifically off the ability, just a death mark. But it has curse touch, so inflicts curse when doing scroll damage. Almost all of them have that. Actually, don't all 4 of them have it? It might be exactly like they did with the other faction, where all of them had bleed on skull. I believe this one might actually all have curse on skull. Ends up gaining extra magic while in delves. And it has deal 2 magic to a random enemy on 4 times, 5 times matches. Why on earth is that his unique trait? Oh, duh, because he's an epic. For a second I thought he was a legend. But that is why. Okay, anyways, next one. Oh, also I have a shiny tribute clicking right there. Let me go get that. Don't want to miss on that. Okay, let's go and get on to the next one. So this one I believe is the, ultra rare. Plague Rat. Explode magic plus 1 brown gems. Then poison and disease 2 random enemies. So that could be okay. That's basically one of those standard exploder. Wait, explode. Isn't that basically? It seems very similar to Poison Master, except better. Poison Master's blue, purple, 12 mana cost, and it explodes a bunch of greens. But all it does is poison all enemies, whereas this is a double poison, double disease. So this definitely seems to be the better option. Assuming coloration fits it. Though then again, you almost never run Poison Master these days. If you need Poison Master, you just run Azura instead. It's basically the better version of Poison Master. Speaking about a better version of Poison Master, this is also the better version of Poison Master now. So that's nice. Also nice. It also has Impervious, which is pretty good. One of the only few things from Delves that actually have Impervious as well. And it still has Curse Touch, as I mentioned. Okay, next one that's coming out this Friday. We have, that's just the image of it. I do need to go save those later. But for the rare, we got ourselves a deal magic plus 1 damage to 2 random enemies and inflict a random status effect on each of them. So that could potentially be okay for 10 mana. Reminds me kind of like a Dragon Net, except it splits it around a little bit more instead of just focusing all on one single target. Not sure it would really be used much. Dragon Net's kind of average, and in this case, it is also pretty average. And it does have Curse Touch every single skull. However, it does have 75% start. So that will allow it to get its ability up a little bit quicker, but with all the good empowereds and other starts out there, I don't really feel like you're going to be using this thing that much. And other than that, we have ourselves the Legend. And which on earth is the correct one here? Why is there 3 images? I guess because of the quest line, one of these is used for the quest line thing. But there we go, we got a Sledge Paw. It destroys a 5x5 block of gems. So that's a unique mechanic. Currently nothing actually does a 5x5. We have row destroy, we have column destroy, or we have row destroy, column destroy. We have a single 3x3, we have a single 3 line, we have line vertical, line horizontal, we have an X shape. We actually have 2 different forms of X shapes. But yeah, this is the first time we're getting a 5x5, so I have to see exactly how that pans out. Also kind of curious if they're going to do other variations of stuff like that too, because there's still other kind of board control things that we could potentially have that we don't. But yeah, nice to see us getting another one, 5x5. And then it curse, bleeds, and stuns the first enemy. But yeah, that comes to the other problem here. Why do none of these have a good curse option? Not a single one of these is good at cursing, which is unfortunate. But we are still technically getting curse. Just none of them seem to be good at spamming it, like how the previous faction was pretty good at spamming bleed. But other than that, it has deep strength for just 7 extra attack while delves, armored for 25% reduction, and its unique trait is recover 6 life at the start of each turn. So pretty bad is basically the bottom line of that, even though that is a little bit of a unique mechanic there. His mana cost is a little bit lower at only 13, but still doesn't seem like it's going to be used for anything other than pure faction in this faction. But yeah, that's everything that's coming out this Friday, other than the faction itself. I'm not sure about the weapon, but we'll find out about that later. Okay, where's my thingy now? Okay, so let's go do stuff. Now that we're done with all the spoilers, let's go and mess around with delves and anything else you guys might want me to go over. Let me just go and make sure I sort all this out. X out of that. Actually, let me move that over there. X that out. And there we go. Okay, so next order of business. Let's go actually do some battles. Let's see. Let's take out dungeons real quick just so we don't forget. Grab our diamonds. Grab our everything from this. Sunbird team? No, we'll go with Key. Key. Where does Skeleton Key go? Skeleton Key, where are you? Where are you? I have it so far up these days. I need to go organize my teams again. It keeps getting cluttered like almost every other month. Or pretty much every month. I feel like my teams just get more and more cluttered. 7,500 shards better be enough for next faction. It probably should be. Even if it's not, it's pretty easy to go and get them. Oops. Got to do one thing. I forgot to switch the controller. There we go. Why is it not going? There we go. It's doing a little bit of lag. Oh, because Steam's trying to bring up big picture when I put in the controller. 1 second. Okay, there it goes. I'll take the brown there. Yeah, I was actually playing Deltarune earlier. The sequel to, I never bothered playing the sequel to Undertale yet, and I was playing that earlier. Definitely a decent amount of fun. I'll take that out. It's been out for, I believe, a couple months now, but it actually just came out on Nintendo Switch the other day, so I was like, might as well. I actually streamed the entirety of the previous one. I did it back when we were still streaming on Twitch, though. I did bring it over to YouTube. But that was ages ago. Okay, we'll go throw that down. Get another key. No event this week? What do you mean? We just already went over the event. We spent 10 minutes going over the event. like literally the entire stream so far has pretty much been us going over the event. Oh, what colors is this place? Brown and green. It's always the same as the banner. And the banner's brown-green. It was, what was it exactly? It was, +2 brown, +1 green, -1 blue. And it's brown-green for the colors that you'll be able to use for the faction itself. No event this week? What do you mean by next week or this week? You mean this week as in... Well, this, if you mean like literally right now for this weekend, the event was us getting the new mythic. But if you mean for next week, the event is new faction. We have a faction-long event next week for the new faction that's coming in that's bringing in Cursed. Let's see. How do I have a higher gold capacity? That is from Cedric's final trait. It gives 100% gold bonus. He's only available in Vault Keys, but after you get him... that's weird. It doesn't show any number there. Let me screenshot that. Another glitch! Still trying to accumulate a bunch of them for the beta. Of course, this is the live version, not the actual beta version. But I'm pretty sure most of these haven't been fixed in the beta. So I can still report them, and if they happen to already be fixed, then good. But, yeah, even clicking on it doesn't fix it. That's weird. It's still available. That's strange. Let me actually screenshot that as well. Because they have timestamps on the screenshots. Okay, anyways. Where were we? Let's go do delves now. Let's see. Also, hello, Loro. Hello, Raven. Hello, Ian. Hello, Acer. Hello, Steve. Hello, Demon Angel. Hello, Supplement. But yeah, Cedric, the reason why we have extra gold is due to the Cedric. That is correct. Let me actually go do a delve, and we'll see it immediately as well when we start this delve. Hopefully we have a Cedric room. No. Okay. Let's go and double check that this is usable. Let's see, is that a 1.3? No, it is not, so we go downwards. Yeah, whenever you use Cedric on your team or anything that has a gold bonus, that ends up increasing your cap. The base value is 100, but any gold bonus will increase it. Here we have a Cedric, which increases it by 100%, which is what is bringing that number to 200. Which also reminds me, I need to go cover a video on gold farming, don't we? It's been a while since I covered gold farming. Actually, I don't think I've done a gold farming video since gold farmers have actually been good. It seems kind of odd, but yeah, they've been meta for several months now. Gold farm teams. Maybe not like the absolute best of things, but if you take into account the gold that they're gaining while also winning pretty quickly, then they're pretty high up there as far as how useful they are, particularly this team. It's still not like the absolute best team in the game, but if you count the gold that they're gaining, it kind of is. We'll take that. He'll hit us with Skull. I do need him to cast one more time, so that's actually perfect that he has mana right there. I just need him to actually cast. We'll stick Brown for now, and then we'll just let him get that. Perfect. Dead. Is there any way you could make a video on what teams are best at a certain level range? That is technically not possible. I could do stuff that's below a certain rarity, like below ultra rare or teams with no mythics. But it's hard to do one for a specific level range because level has very little to do with what troops you have. And I have covered that in the past. Videos on no mythic teams and ultra rare and below teams as well. But we could definitely do them again. Ultra rare and below would obviously be early game. And no mythic teams would be mid-game and possibly even late game. Because if you're missing a key mythic for a specific team, you might not necessarily be able to run it. Yeah, we'll cover them again. Ultra rare and below and non-mythic teams. And by non-mythic, that normally excludes Dawnbringer as well. Dawnbringer I normally don't personally count as a mythic, but a lot of people don't have it because it takes a while to farm. It takes anywhere from like 20 hours to like 70 hours to get a Dawnbringer, depending on what method you're using to farm souls. Okay, we don't have any good mana here, so we'll just take a skull for now. Grab that, take ourselves a red, get our surge. Is there any? Oh wait, I better answer that. What are they releasing? The update? Oh, there's no date on it yet. No official dates. It's most likely late March or early April, but no official date on when it will be coming. But yeah, we won't know till at least like another month or two. I mean, not a month or two. I mean, another week or two, like about when it's going to be coming out. At the moment, it could be any time within like the next month or so. But we'll know soon. Yep, soon, TM. As Salty always says, soon TM is when it's coming out. But they always do an update around March or April, so we know it's really soon. Definitely won't be longer than a month and a half from now. And it'll most likely be even earlier than that. Okay, why are all these paths so bad? Okay, never mind. This is actually better. Go for 2 1.2s, take the 1.25, take the 1.5, and then take the middle treasure room. You're level 491. What kind of things you should be focused on that is going to benefit you most? Well, if you haven't already, get every single kingdom to level 10 by spending gold on them to get them to level 10. Starting with the magic kingdoms, then attack, then HP, then armor kingdoms. You can check on the kingdom page what stat they actually give. But yeah, you want to do that first if you haven't already done it. At that point, you're going to want to try finding a slightly better guild. Most likely, unless you're really happy with the guild you currently have. But at that point, you would most likely want to find a better guild, just because once you have every single kingdom to level 10, that gets rid of one of the biggest early game gold sinks that you really have to worry about. And at that point, you can start contributing more gold to your guild, which also means you could probably get into a better guild with a higher gold requirement, which basically means more free resources per week, simply by just using how much gold you would normally be already using. Normally want to try finding a guild, ideally at about 300,000 if you play that much. Even more so at 500,000 if you could. But even just like a 100,000 minimum or 150, or even just a guild that might not even have that high of a requirement, but is at least organized and active, is beneficial. Because guild ends up giving you a lot of free things, and it's kind of required to be in a guild to a degree, especially if you're planning on playing free-to-play or mostly free-to-play, as that's how you get a good majority of your basically free resources. And there's also a bunch of guild-related events, of course, every week. And plus, you need it to even get guild seals. But other than that, you want to be also focusing on trying to get stuff traded, particularly some of your better troops. Like if you have any legends or mythics laying around that seem useful, but you don't have the traits for them yet, definitely want to make sure you get all those traits by farming them in Explore, or just within the kingdom in general. But let's see, what other things do you really want to focus? I guess that's mainly it. Delves, you don't really need to worry about too much, other than just make sure you do your daily delves. Same thing as, you know, dungeons and stuff like that. Basically just doing all the dailies and accumulating a bunch of gold. Probably your two biggest focus at that point. Let's see. Somebody asked, put on the Soon TM. I don't have a blinking Soon TM, though if I Google it, I'm pretty sure I could find one. Let's see, Soon TM GIF. Let's see, Google. Should I go get the Soon TM? I'll go get Salty's Soon TM. It might be a different one. But, let's see. I'll go Google it real quick. Might as well, while that's loading. Let me just go and take that. Throw a key down. Okay, let's see. Soon TM GIF. Let's see. Oh, I found the one she uses. It's like the first thing that comes up, pretty much. Or actually, second one. Let's see. Where is it? Save image as... we'll save it at desktop for now. Let's see. Put it on desktop. There we go. I think that's saved to desktop. Okay, well, we'll go find it in a second. Actually, I can just click show in folder. Doesn't even matter where it is. Oh wait, yes it will still matter because I have to use it in the interface. I can't just drag it in this interface. Okay, now we need a, where did I put it? Okay, good, I did put it on the desktop, that's good. Now we just need to add a image because GIFs do count as image even though they're moving. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for, let's just name it Soon TM in all caps. And browse. Desktop. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where did it go? It's in alphabetical order. Shouldn't be that hard to find. There it is. We've got it. Now just to scale it. There we go. That is when the next patch is coming. We have stolen Salty Soon TM. But Soon TM has a beard. There we go. We stole Salty's Soon TM. Let me just adjust it a little bit. There we go. The bearded Soon TM. There we go. That's when the next patch is coming. Oh, we can't see our last slot now. That's fine. There we go. We'll go throw down a key. Get destroy. Clear it out again. And throw a key. And done it goes. Okay, Soon TM going away now. Where'd it go? There it is. I'll keep it there in case we ever need it again. We'll keep it just in case. But that's when next patch is coming out. Okay, anyways. Let's go into this one. Yeah, I should have done that earlier. Anyways, grab a green. Get or destroy. Yeah, I know, we still have one guild spot open. I am aware. It will be filled soon, TM. No, but yeah, that will be filled soon. Need to find someone for it. Feels like there's been a lot less people, even in global chat and stuff. Just trying to find someone who's not in a guild who's that high of a level. But over time, more people reach that level. Because most of the people who are currently already in that level already have a designated guild. Salty also has a beard like Apothecary. She does not have a beard. Okay. We'll grab the gold. Grab a red there. I don't think we have any way to drop it, but we can try for double purple off the top, which we do not get, of course. That would take a lot of luck. Get a key up, take a skull. Should be enough to kill. We get a free turn. Take a brown for now. Grab that into greens. Take a red there. Destroy everything. Destroy everything again. Get a key down. And let's see. Destroy it. Get the key again. Should be extra turn because he just dies out. Let's take our last little bit of red. 1 HP. And down he goes. Is there a specific order to rooms and delves to get maximum bonus? Yes. Multiplier order. More often than not. In daily delves, you do multiplier order and you do treasure rooms last, with the only exception being Cedric room because it gives more gold overall. But more often than not, you do, in daily delves, you do the order of multiplier order, doing treasure rooms last. In the case of Tuesday events or Friday events, when a new delve gets released or when it's just a Tuesday event of a repeated delve, you want to do it in multiplier order regardless of if they are treasure rooms or not. And the main reason for this is it ends up giving you more points because the point calculation for how those game modes are scored is based on what your current multiplier is. So if you take the higher multipliers first, it'll always give you more points overall. It makes a very little difference, but it can add up to thousands of points over the course of several sigils. So it definitely adds up. And if you're trying for leaderboard or just to get all the rewards of a given event, it's definitely helpful. Yeah, more often than not, you basically just do multiplier order. Easiest way of remembering it. Just take whatever path has the best multiplier. So right there we see it's 1.5. We already know 100% that that's the best way to go. I am checking this one because tier 2 rooms that are treasure rooms could potentially be Cedric's, in which case, since this is a daily delve, we want to go for those first. Main reason why multiplier doesn't matter as much in this game mode, even though you still kind of go in multiplier order, is mainly because you're more interested in the loot than getting a high score, because there's no, unlike the event, there's no score that you're trying to get to be really high. The only thing you're trying to do is just get loot. So it's better just to go and take the treasure rooms last, since that gives you the most amount of loot. They might already answer that. Don't spend all your gold on one kingdom at once. Oh yeah, make sure to do your kingdom leveling by getting them to level 3 or 4 first, and then get them all to level 10. That is correct. If anyone else has any other questions, let me know. I'll make sure to go over all of them. Okay, what do we take here? Grab the gold, take a red, throw that rolling. Grab a... No, I don't have another red. Don't have another red. Do have a green, though. So grab that. Take a brown there. Nope, should take that yellow extra turn first. Let's see what else we can get. Let's get a... Let's let it drop. He'll just take the skull there. Oh, or he'll just cascade it. That works too. Also, after we finish out all of our delves, we'll hand out a code as well. Oh, that also reminds me. I never bothered to level Death Knight, did I? I forgot about that today. I wanted to get Death Knight leveled a little bit more. I guess we'll throw a little bit more of that on this stream. He's pretty much maxed, and I still haven't bothered finishing it out yet. It's right on top of being maxed. Let's see. So bigger multiplier rooms should be first? Yes. You should take the bigger multiplier rooms and the bigger multiplier paths first. You do sometimes have to calculate out in your head real quick which path is the higher multiplier overall, based on its average. But, yeah, more often than not, you just go from biggest room to biggest room as far as what their multipliers are. It's just sometimes you have to take a smaller room in order to get to a bigger room. Okay, that's not enough to kill, so we'll take the green because we're not going to get an extra turn. Now we will because we took skull. You're at level 15 in Tower of Doom, and Raph keeps getting one-shotted on turn 2. Easy replacement for that is something like Orgoltha if you really are, or doing Hero there. You don't have Ketris, so what could you do in a team? What are you currently using for your hero? Because you could just do Sentinel, or Sentinel Mountain Crusher, or Sentinel Dragon's Eye, or the same thing with Titan hero class. Otherwise, do Gorgotha. But yeah, in that team I was mentioning earlier that I was showing with the skull spam, you don't really need Wrath there. Wrath normally does die. The main reason for Wrath in that team is mainly just so the team goes quicker. Not necessarily to even increase our win rate, but just to speed up the rate at which we win. But if you need safer options because your stats are lower or for whatever other reason, Gorgotha is normally his replacement in most situations. That or hero, of course, as a tank. Wait, why am I scouting all these? I don't even need all those. We really only need... I like how the one I actually needed to check was the one I checked the last. The only room I had to check was this one. This one and the other tier 3. And now we know what all of them are. Okay, we'll take Skull there, grab Destroy. Wrath, Glaceon, Sentinel with Doomed Blade. Yeah, you probably want to go Gorgotha then, if that's the team you're running. But yeah, I personally hate using Wrath. That team you saw me use for Tower of Doom is one of the only few instances I ever actually use Wrath. He is super inconsistent and dies in like 1 or 2 hits in many teams. But he can win pretty quick because of his explosions. I personally don't care for the troop that much, but he is viable for some stuff. But any instance where you feel like he isn't working for you, just replace it with Gorgotha, and it'll pretty much do the same thing. You do less damage, but you have a lot higher chance of not dying. Okay, that's enough to kill it with Key, so we'll go for it. Take that, grab a right off the top. Did not surge, but we'll try taking our mana again. Did not get it. Well, we'll try again. Didn't get it. Well, now we have to get it because there's no way we can't by taking that. Get a Destroy. Throw a Key down. Hopefully get another Key here. And he's still alive, so we get an extra turn off him because the other one doesn't die, so that works out perfectly. And now we just need a Skull hit. Or no, we don't, because we're entangled. Now we just need a Key hit. Sylvania Mora for Entangle. The problem with that is you can't really run Sylvania Mora in first slot on that team. You would then have to run Glaceon in first slot, which I guess could be okay. But then you're losing one of your biggest damage sources once it goes down, though. That's also the only way you can get Bloodhammer his blues. What troops are you good? You don't... Wait, what? What troops are good you don't thought of at first? I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm not quite sure what you're asking with that. But if you could rephrase the question, I could answer it. Okay, throw a Key down. Do we get Destroy? Can I do anything to that? No, I cannot. No Skull. I would if I could. Don't want it mana generating. Oh, good. I didn't get to cast. Perfect. And a Key should kill. Thank you, Fotis. Much appreciated. Okay. No extra turn. So we'll grab the gold. Take the drop right there. What troops are good after you played with them where you first thought they would be bad? The Possessed King is probably the biggest one. Because they ended up nerfing Transform right before he was released. So it seemed like he wasn't really going to be that good. But his Transform mechanic is still pretty decent. Of course, it was always known that he was mainly going to be used for his final trait, obviously. And he still technically is. But I definitely underestimated how good his triple Transform is, even after the nerf. As far as other ones, there's been some that I slightly underestimated before. I'm trying to think of ones that I've, like, drastically underestimated. Firebomb's probably one of them that I drastically underestimated. Actually, that's probably the one I've most underestimated out of anything that's ever come into the game, actually. Firebomb just kind of seemed like it was going to be this average new troop that they added one week. You know, like, oh, we're getting another common, yay. It did seem like it would be okay just for, like, a little bit of mana. But at the time, Elspeth was still being used for absolutely everything. And most people didn't really realize at first how much better Firebomb would be than Elspeth. But, yeah, it basically just completely replaced Elspeth. And completely changed the quick win meta once Firebomb came into the game. And while it isn't used for a lot of stuff, it is used for the quickest, well, basically the video we covered a few days ago. It's used for the quickest possible Explore win and Challenge win, which is relevant for several things. It's the quickest EXP rate in the game. It's the quickest class EXP rate in the game. Hero EXP rate in the game. The quickest trait stones in the game. And the quickest way to accumulate gnomes if there's currently a gnome event. Also just in general. But obviously during a gnome event would be more applicable. High King Iron Gut? I didn't really underestimate High King Iron Gut. The reason I didn't talk about him as much prior to him being released was he was supposed to release in January, not December. But then he got moved up to December. So he kind of came out of nowhere, which is why I wasn't really making much mention of him prior. But no, I wouldn't really say I underestimated Iron Gut. I probably don't use him enough. But, like initially, because I was still using some of my old Delve teams. But, I don't know, I wouldn't really say I underestimated him. He was obviously going to be a really good Devour option, having 100% repeatable Devour. He's basically like Great Maul, except infinite cast. And with automatic extra turn, too, so you don't ever lose your turn. But yeah, there was some kind of copyright thing with Phoenicia, with one of her art pieces, so they had to delay it. Phoenicia was originally going to be December, and Iron Gut for January, but then they switched it to, due to copyright issues with Phoenicia. Okay, there we go. One more delve to go, and then we'll hand out a code. Hopefully we have a Cedric room here. That is not what I want to see. That is not a Cedric room. However, we do have 2 gold rooms, so that's at least good. Another 1.5. Got 2 1.5s in a row. Same exact battle, too. Yeah, I know. William, you got that too? I know that it's somewhat similar how scrolls get distributed, but I noticed that too this week. The first 25 floors of Delves had 0 heroism scrolls. This was the first time ever in Delves where there was no heroism in the first 25 floors. But yeah, all the scrolls are the same across all guilds. They have it shuffled between all the first 25 floors, I believe. But the exact scrolls, while they might not be on the exact same floor or the exact same location on those floors, every single guild does technically get the exact same scrolls throughout the progression of going through the Doom. I'm not sure if beyond 25 is also like that, but I do know that prior to 25 is exactly like that. In that basically every single guild is basically just getting the same stuff, it's just in different locations. Yeah, no one got heroisms this week. There's basically was none. Or at least a very, very low amount if there was some beyond like 25 or something. That might have got dragged down to a lower floor for some people. But for most guilds, there were probably 0 heroisms this week. Which does make some rooms annoying, like that Spirit Fox True Damage room, and sometimes even the Astral Spirit one. Astral Spirit one can be countered by using Hero with Barrier at start in first slot. However, Spirit Fox cannot be countered. The only realistic way to do that is to have 3 stealthies while your hero has Barrier at start of battle. But there's almost no realistic team that could be ran on pure color that could ever run like that. Especially with how high the stats would be at that point. Sometimes you just have to let Spirit Fox one-shot you. Better get an HP buff before it can, by using like an Empower Troop or something. Let's see. How many Lux did we get? I believe we got about 4. 3 or 4. I didn't keep track of the exact amount. But it was somewhere around 3 or 4 Lux. Sometimes it is possible to accidentally skip it, though. Because depending on how people are scouting, they might just scout up to... I believe most people in my guild do scout out every room. Even if they're not going to be... Even if they can progress. But sometimes, like, for example, if you're at, like, floor 20 and you find the unlock scroll, some guilds might not go and scout out the other 3 rooms if you got it on the very first room. So, sometimes you could skip over scrolls and not even know it. When you're doing initial scouting, you definitely want to try doing every single room, if you were, like, the person in charge of scouting for your guild. How many powers did we get at first 25? Way too many. There was more powers this week than ever. I have no clue what the exact count is off the top of my head, though. Let's see. We'll throw a key down. Okay, destroy. Get destroy again, and key it down again. Oh, nice, Dizen. Okay, so it probably is going beyond floor 25 then, for the rooms. There must be like 50 floors or something, or somewhere around there. Some people in higher delves might actually know that. But there's probably like 50 floors or 100 floors, and it just distributes all those scrolls between those. I do know that every single guild gets the same scrolls if you were to go all the way to whatever the end of the delves are. But 25 technically isn't the end. I forget what the actual end of Tower of Doom is. But there is a cap where it doesn't go any higher. But up to that point, it's the same battles for every single guild overall, as far as what the scrolls are. Like the full accumulation for a given week. It's just those could appear on something like floor 2, or it could appear all the way on floor 30, the specific scroll. Or, you know, or anywheres in between. Or anywheres else. Okay, but the exact same amount of everything is still for every guild. If you were to do literally every single floor, all the way up to whatever the max is. Definitely more than 50? Okay, it probably goes to 100 then. I know it has a cap of some sort. Most guilds probably never reach that cap though, just because it's so high. It must be 100. There you go, throw a key down. Get her destroy again. Take a brown. Do it again, and key it down. Okay, and now just die off our extra turn. And one more destroy. Actually, don't even need a follow-up. It'll just die to the skull destroy. Perfect. Hello, Kevin! Welcome. Yeah, as far as heroism scrolls, you do only need about 2 of them. You only need about 2 for the last yellow room you ever get, and the last green room you ever get. Because more often than not, especially depending on if your stats are lower, you will get one-shotted by Spirit Fox in the green battle, and Astral Spirit in the blue battle? Or was it yellow? I actually forgot what color it was under. I know it's blue-yellow, but I forget which room it's specifically under. I think it's under blue. But, under those 2 floors, when they're in about the level 20 range, those can one-shot you, most likely, with their true damage. And they have empowered, so they get to do it immediately. Those are the 2 rooms you tend to heroism. If you only have 1, you heroism the green room with Spirit Fox. If you have 2, you also do it for the Astral Spirit. Those tend to be the best ones to go for. Oh, oops. He actually moved our team. Luckily, it doesn't actually make us any weaker, because X-Thief is still not blocked on mana. So I guess that's fine. Somebody asked earlier, with the rival label means own PvP opponents. You're also curious. Oh, rival, it just means they've been fighting you a lot. This was just a leftover mechanic from when matchmaking was pretty horrible in this game, and it still kind of is, but not as bad as it used to be. But that was a leftover mechanic where basically if the game kept glitching out and constantly kept giving you the same opponents, it would give you a little bit more of a benefit. But the only thing that rival really means is that they've been fighting you a lot recently, or you've been fighting them a lot, or vice versa. That's the only thing that really means. And it just gives you 2 glory. It's not like a revenge where it gives you twice the amount of gold and everything like that. It just gives you 2 extra glory. It's pretty trivial, and pretty much pointless overall. But it's basically just 2 free glory as a compensation for having to keep fighting the same person over again. But yeah, that's the only thing that does. It's not really anything too special. Revenges are like 10 times better, if not more. Because revenges not only give 1 additional glory for 3 glory total, but they also end up giving you twice the amount of gold, or almost twice. It's pretty much twice the amount of gold. It's ever so slightly less than twice. And that's just because it doesn't multiply the in-game gold, but it multiplies the loot that you get from killing them when you do a revenge. So if it says you're getting like 1,500 gold for the battle before the PvP battle, then that's the number that gets doubled when you take in a revenge battle. And revenges occur from people who fight you, but it only lasts once. So if someone defeated your defend team, you can then fight them back, and then you get the revenge loot from it. But then if you find them again, like 10 minutes later, or an hour later, 2 hours later, they will no longer be your revenge, because you can only claim it once for the one time they attacked you. They'll probably still be your rival, but they probably won't be a revenge rival. And it is possible that they're one or the other. Why not just make tier 1 battles worth 50 points? I don't know why they don't have a static system for it. There's a lot of weird things with PvP that still need adjusting. It's something that they were going to do at the end of last year, but they never did. I'm not sure when they're fitting it on this plan this year, but they definitely do need to rework PvP. How they're going to go about it, we still don't know, but, and when they're going about it, we also don't know. But, yeah, hopefully they go about it soon. That was supposed to be the last patch or second to last patch of last year, but they never got around to it because of other priorities at the time. You have to be really careful when rebalancing PvP, though. Because as far as endgame content that gets infinitely looped, it is pretty much the main piece of content in this game. They have to be careful not to completely break it. Okay, we don't have Dispel, do we? Not on this hero class, we don't. We might even lose our first slots. Which is kind of funny because we have Agile on it, so it should last a little bit longer. Apparently not. Oh no, it just wow, really? Did Dragonet just get silenced on it did. Got silenced on our oh no, never mind. Why did I I thought that was our key for a second. My bad. I was gonna say. Okay, that's fine. I totally thought it got silenced on our key. Because normally our key is in 3rd slot. But it got moved. Oh no! Egg Thief. Well, this is kind of weird. I think this is the first time ever where the only troop I'm missing is Egg Thief. Normally we're missing Greed or we're missing Cedric. That's a little bit odd now. Yeah, Egg Thief's the only thing we're missing. Which means we still have all of our gold and we still have all of our damage. The only thing we don't have is mana. Which is kind of ironic given that we start with full mana due to that one explosion. Well then. But yeah, we don't have a mana generator, I should say. Because after we cast that, we have no quick way of gaining mana now that Egg Thief is no longer with us. It's really strange. That's the first time that's actually ever happened in the dozens upon dozens of delves. Actually, we've probably done hundreds of Warren's delves by this point. But it's the first time she ever died first. Well, now we just need to hunt down for browns. That might be a little bit more annoying now to take than before. But every single brown we see, we basically have to take. Same as skulls. Unfortunately, we're entangled now because he entangles every single time. Well, since we don't have as much mana generation, I guess we go and if we don't have a brown to take, we probably throw down his ability just to try getting some more damage here and there. I'm not going to waste... Oh, no, I'm not going to waste it. We can do that. Then take our brown, get the extra turn there, and boom. There we go. Now we'll cast this. Oh, no, I can't. It pulls the last enemy to 1st position, which will make it so this thing is in 2nd slot and this thing is in 4th slot, as you can see right here. It'll make it so they're no longer any... Okay, never mind. I was slightly off by that. But it makes it so they're not next to each other. He has a really weird mechanic that always does that to them, which is a bit annoying. Also, us doing that, while he is blocking on our brown, we did, however, just get a way to hit him with skulls. That's somewhat convenient. Unfortunately, he's blocking our brown now. I guess we can go use him for a hit. Oh, no, I can't. They're both submerged. Really? That's not good. Oh, yeah, they both have that trait where they submerge after cast, don't they? Yes, they do. It doesn't actually show, unfortunately. That was something I mentioned in the bug report thing. Actually, I still need to post it to them. I've just been accumulating a bunch of bugs, but haven't bothered actually giving it to them yet. Let's see. Should we just throw key at this point? I guess so. I'll throw key to key. That's not going to be anywhere near enough damage to kill. If we take a skull, it will be. Skull into firebomb, or bomb bot, I mean, will be enough to kill. Oh, and that's exactly what we'll do then. Oh, no, well, never mind. That's only 20 damage. Actually, it's a little bit more. 25. Plus the explosions, but it's still not enough to kill. I guess we'll still go for it, though. Wait, how did he dodge the... Oh! Duh. It's still AoE. I keep forgetting that. It's really weird. Submerge still dodges AoE stuff, even if there's only one left. I still don't really understand that. But, it does. It just checks to see if it's an AoE ability or not. Even if it only hits one enemy, it still counts as an AoE attack, which is a little bit weird. But there we go. Anyways, that's delves for now. Hello, Daryl! Welcome. Yeah, it's pretty much all the event objectives for the week. Other than doing whatever our daily tasks are. But, I guess we'll mess around with PvP a little bit more. Maybe even go run the Mythic one last time. But yeah, the Mythic, I'm pretty much done with that Mythic, unfortunately. It's still be available till the end of next Thursday, of course. But, oh no, it's just... The only thing it's good for is PvP. And, you're just not really going to use it much in PvP due to there being much better options out there to be using. But if you are going to use it, this is still pretty much the only thing I would say is super viable for it. All the first slot things with it don't really work that well. And unless you're running like 4 times or 3 times true damage, there isn't much other teams that you would need to use it in either. So, yeah, it's nice with Tesla. Nice Tesla assisting troop. Would be great with mechs if they ever got good. Same as true damage, if true damage ever gets good again. Seems like they're really trying to make true damage good again by constantly adding more true damage options. It's just not doing the trick, though. It's been underwhelming for a while, and still kind of is. That's not counting stuff like Mang and stuff. But, you know, like actual true damage troops have been a little underwhelming lately. As far as just their synergy in the current meta. We're gonna drain him here. Hopefully we get instant kill as well. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Oh, I didn't even realize he has double Ketris. Really? Okay, we'll move that down. He takes a skull. Not dead yet. So even if he does, all he does is give us one-shot skulls. And dead. Squirrel. Oh, yes. Redeem code. Let me go do that. My bad. My bad. I did say after delves I would go do that. Let me go hand out a redeem code. Redeem code time. Also, I did ask for more codes. Didn't get them yet, though. Oh, wait. Or did I? Oh, Salty might have just sent them. That or she sent a message saying that she'll send them soon. Nope, she sent them. Yay. I won't be needing them yet, though. We still have... How many more codes do we have left? We have 4 more codes, and then we have another 30. So we have 34 more codes. That's enough for the rest of this month, most likely. About that much, yeah. How many days are in this month? Let's see. How many days are in March? That's probably not enough to last the rest of this month. Doesn't March have like 31 days or 30 or something? So why is my calendar not loading? There it is. Yeah, it has 31 days. Never mind, that won't be enough. Because we use 2 on Fridays and Saturdays. Plus we might throw a few extra when 2.0 comes out. Or not 2.0. When 3.4 patch comes out. Soon, TM. Let's see. We'll go copy that. Copy, copy, copy. Save, save. And there we go. Out of that thingy. Oops, let me go actually use it. That would help. Put that right in there. Autofill it. Put in the code. Paste. Refresh. It redeems. Click it again. Paste. Copy, copy. And there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code is found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says underneath this menu. Redeem code is found right over there in chat. Just go copy paste it or write it out. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click on that link and it'll bring you to the same location. And 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. So what are our daily tasks? Gotta level up a troop, gotta go open a bunch of glory keys. Let's go do that now. Could you imagine if we got another Tina out of 100 glory keys? We got Krag the Dread. Don't need that though. And Tina, go. No, Shadow Dragon. Aw, that would have been amazing. Wait, why didn't we get something for it? Hold up. Oh, oops. I said gold keys. What? Rip 100 glory keys. I can't read. Whoops. That's not what it said to do. And there we go. We get 10 gems for that. Though technically not worth it since we also spent 100 glory keys. Not that big a deal though. Okay, and still have to go do a bunch of PvP stuff. I guess we'll go level something real quick. Might as well. And then just mess with the rest of PvP. What am I looking for? I am looking for hero, or not hero, troops. And do it based on upgradable. And we should be able to find something that's upgradable in that range. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go upgrade this 1 more level. We'll upgrade this to 25. Boom. And then get another level by doing this. And there we go. And even though it only costs us, what, 400 souls, we get 1,200 back. Whatever it was there. There we go. Okay, other than that, we gotta go use a bunch of monsters. I'll probably just skip on that one. Do I have a repick still? I think I already used it. No, I don't have a repick. I already used it. But yeah, we'll definitely throw the PvP one. 20 gems for just doing normal PvP battles. So might as well get that done real quick. Yeah, we'll probably end it out the stream after we finish out the 40 trophy for PvP thingy. I already finished out the event objective for it, but we might as well go do the daily for 20 gems as well. Start doing the dailies again for once. For a while I've been kind of just not doing them just because they seem not as worth it, but I don't know. A little bit of extra gems each week still adds up. It doesn't seem like much when we have such a gigantic stack, but it could be even a bigger stack if we kept doing it. It's just obviously, if we only had like 1,000 gems, then it's like, ooh, 20 gems is actually a lot. But if we have a stack of like 25,000, it's like, yeah, that's not as much. Or it doesn't seem as much. It still buys you the exact same amount of stuff. It's just, we already have such an excess that we don't exactly quite need it as much. That's still worth going for. There's some people with way more than 25,000 gems. There's probably people in the 100,000s of gems range. There's at least more than 1,000 people that have over 100,000 gems right now. As well as many more that probably have more than me. Okay, maybe not 1,000, but probably about 100 or so. I'm not even sure what the exact number would be. But I know like the top few guilds have hordes of like 50,000 to over 100,000 of gems. You have to keep in mind, every single guild war, some of them are profiting like 1,000 gems as well. Like every single person in the guild. That happens once every month. And it used to happen at even higher, quicker rate. And at one point, my guild was doing that too. We only ever got it once, though. We've only ever once made first place in Guild Wars. Overall. It was actually the very first week, too. Very first week of Guild Wars, we made first place. I still haven't claimed my seals. It auto-claims. But I'll go claim it. I assume. Oh, you know what? I should have done that. I mean to do that whenever there's a legendary, or whenever a new mythic gets released, because people end up releasing or end up using their seals or to go get rewards. But most people, with what the orb economy is right now, even if the guild's like 30 or like 5,000 short, it's not really that big a deal because you can just throw a few orbs and be there instantly. But yeah, I forgot to claim them. Sorry, guys. Hopefully someone didn't have to spend too many orbs. I should probably do that, but normally the guild has 40,000 weight beforehand. We could solo 40,000 at almost 2 times over with how many we have currently. Actually, what is our total amount of seals we have set up right here? Got to multiply that by 300 and that by 1,500. That's a lot of seals. This is almost starting to get bigger than my seal stack itself if I was to actually use all of these orbs. Of course, I would mainly only use it when we need a burst over 40,000. We could start doing that on like Tuesday, though, if we wanted to. Or even Monday. I have no intention to use these yet, though. Just haven't needed to yet. But let me see. What's the math on that? 27 times 1,500. That is 40,500. Let's remember that number. Let's see. So 40,500, 40,500, 40,500, 40,500 plus 40,500 is... We have 61,800 seals in just orbs. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. So we could use like 31,000 one week and 31,000 the other. And basically like max it instantly twice in a row. Of course, we wouldn't really have much of a need to do that. But that is pretty funny. Anyways, let's go back to PvP. How to figure out days in the month by counting knuckles. Oh yeah, there's that knuckle trick that ends up working for that. I never actually ended up learning that. What is it again? How to figure out the days in a month by counting knuckles. Start with index finger. This is January, and dip between index and middle finger is February, is March. When you get to pinky, count it twice, then return to index finger. I'll need to look that up because I'm slightly confused with the text-based description of it, but I have heard of that before. The other fun trick is doing fingers for multiples of 9. So if you need to do like 9 times 7 and you have no clue what it is, you just put down your finger at 63. I always found that to be kind of interesting. Let's see. We'll throw that down. We'll go and take a red over. Grab a... Wow, there's a lot of yellow here. I don't even use yellow. Well, technically I do. But not as well as we would want to. But how much is currently on the board? I actually forget. Does this drain or does this not drain? Oh, it's silenced. But did it drain? I still don't know the answer to what I just asked. Well, find out in a moment. I forget if this stun takes priority before the drain or if it's vice versa with that ability. Apparently the stun takes priority because he is 0 mana. Interesting. So that does mean you can drain things that have immune to mana drain, assuming they can be stunned. Let's see. Take the skull right there. We could almost lose this battle. I'm actually gonna take another skull. It's exact damage to kill. Actually, technically not, because we do slightly more damage due to the 20%. It was actually 2 extra damage than we needed, but still, pretty much exact damage. Oh yeah, we do have Dispel. I can just take that to get rid of the barrier. Perfect. And now we just can into Tesla. That should be match. Okay, never mind. That was not enough damage, probably because we took damage on armor, so our overall damage was lower on the ability. Oh wait, why did I not take red-green? He went for the exact ability I should have went for. The red-green right there. Whoops. Oh, and he gets that off before we can get to drain. I think it's so tanky, though. Okay, let's go drain that. Hopefully instant kill it, too. Okay, didn't get it, but we just do that. Nice. Oh, it wasted one of the shots, though. But yeah, that's exactly what this thing is doing. It's preemptively choosing the shots. It hit that, killed it. It hit that, killed it. And then it decided it wanted to hit that a third time because it preemptively chose the targets. But because that's already dead, it only did 2 attacks instead of 3. Instead of redirecting it to the one that's living. Hopefully they'll recode all those in the future. I believe several troops are actually like that. Though, of course, when it happens to something like a mythic or a legend, it's a little bit more obvious. Because they're supposed to be bigger troops. When it happens to something like an ultra rare or a rare, it's not really that big a deal. But when it's actually to something that's pretty decent, that's a little bit unfortunate. But a good Tower of Doom score. You got 51. A good Tower of Doom score is getting to floor 25 and completing it. As far as your actual score, it doesn't really come out to matter that much. As long as you're doing at least 23, you need every person in your guild averaging 23 in order to get Tower of Doom completed. So if you're doing at least 23, you did good. And obviously, if you do the minimum to get all rewards for Tower of Doom, you would have to go... Or 23 is the minimum to get all rewards if every single person does in your guild, in order to get all the rewards under the reward page. But there's technically one additional reward that Tower of Doom has, and that is that one colored scroll every single time you complete out a Doom room. And those last all the way till room 25. So basically, as soon as you finish room 25... that's basically full completion of Doom. Anything to floor 26 or further is basically just for high score and has no actual purpose for the most part. That, or if your guild hasn't reached all rewards, yeah, I guess you could go a little bit further. But yeah, either completion of floor 25 or at least 23 Doom kills. Anything above either of those two, you did good on Dooms. Or at least above average. Let's see... Take a skull there. That should kill something. And let's gamble with a 25%. Go. Didn't get it. That's kind of to be expected. But all we need now is one more hit on it. Actually, let me go check what our score is. I think we came out to 56 this time around. Doing up to only 25. Of course, it can come up to luck and how much your scouters are scouting with the lucky rooms as well. Because those make up quite a bit of extra kills. Let's see. Oh, wait, why did I say 56? I meant 36, not 56. It's probably even a bit lower than that. Let me go double check. Let's see, how far did we go? Let's see. Backspace, Guilds, Tower of Doom. We ended up getting, just with 25, we ended up getting, oh, it's a little bit lower than that. 35. Okay, I was right when I said 36. One less, actually. But yeah, we got 35 with 25 rooms, which means we got 5 lucky scrolls then, right? Yeah, we had to have, because we only can get 1 Doom per floor unless there's a lucky. So yes, that means we ended up getting 5 lucky scrolls scouted out for a total of 35. But yeah, anything above 23 is above average. So 23 of my members did above average, and the rest we have to go kick. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. 23 on every single person in the guild is the average you need in order to get all shop rewards. Last time I calculated out, I believe that's still the same. They did rebalance it, but I believe the 23 for each was after the rebalance. Yeah, as long as you're doing at least 23, you're fine. Okay. We'll go take that. Grab a yellow. Grab a... Oh, does that have stealthy? No, it does not. But I feel like it does. But we can go drain it immediately then. Grab herself a red. Also, say goodbye to this team. Because after tonight, I'm not sure if I'll be running it again. Unless we desperately need it for some kind of mechanic. But as far as this team's actual usefulness, there's obviously better PvP teams. I'd mostly be using Key Team, obviously. At this current moment in time. But, yeah, probably won't be using this too much after today. Also, why does this team work for the AI but never works for me? I have tested this team a couple dozen times now, and I can never get it to work as good as the AI does. But yeah, people were mentioning this as like new meta defend, and it does seem to work pretty good for the AI. But I don't know, I just don't see it whenever I use it. It seems to never want to work. And of course now he's going to get infinite bandits because we're already losing. Okay, still winnable. Probably unlikely though. Oh, should take him green to brown. Now he gets a bunch of green. But we'll go throw a Tesla down. One more Tesla should actually wipe, as long as we can get that mana. Oh, forgot to take purple. Actually, him casting bandit would actually be good. It basically just wastes his turn. Hopefully he misses here. Oh, you know what? You know why? Oh, I know why. Never mind. It's actually pretty obvious why this team keeps working so well for the AI. I didn't even realize that till just now. We're creating Brownstorm, and that's exactly what he needs to get Skull Spam. That's why this keeps failing whenever I use it. Because we're giving him Brownstorm, which is the exact mechanic he needs to Skull Spam better. That is why. Because this team naturally doesn't have Brownstorm. It initially has Yellowstorm, but that's it. The Yellowstorm doesn't help with Skull Storm, whereas or with Skulls, whereas Brown does. Really? Did he? He just killed? No! He just killed us with infinite summoning first slot bandit. That was like 3 or 4 summons in a row. They definitely didn't nerf it. No, they did. It just feels like they haven't nerfed it. Anyways, say goodbye to Tina. Let's go use keys. But yeah, we just died to like 3 to 4 summon bandit at 35%. Okay, throw that down, take a brown, get the key up, throw key. Even once this team is no longer meta, I will be using it still. Maybe not as always the team we use, obviously, but kind of like with Megavore team. It's a team that's no longer meta, but I still throw it down on occasion. The Megavore and Furnace, Mercy, or sorry, wrong order. The Megavore, Mercy, and Furnace Shegra team. It's like a really old classic from like, what, almost at this point, almost 3 years ago. But yeah, some of the older ones still work out pretty good, the old meta stuff. And even once this is no longer viable, I'd probably still use it. Just because it has a pretty fun combination going for it. Okay, what do we take? Grab the red there. Definitely need to take reds, don't want him escaping. We also need the mana, so it works out perfectly. Ooh, don't you dare. He's in first slot too, so I can't actually stop him. Good, he does not have full mana yet. However, he will get full mana Alpha Jar. Hopefully he doesn't extra turn here. Don't escape. Don't even think about it. Oh no! What do we do about this? We could actually lose this battle and lose our loot there. We just lost. Pretty sure we did. He got rid of our key. That's not good. Of all things, out of Possessed King as well. I'll throw a hit there. It's still winnable. Egg Thief can solo entire team, though then again, the fact he has Jar of Eyes might make that slightly less applicable. Oh, wow. Because of the order that weapon triggers in, it actually managed to drain 2 mana from our troop because it made it the new first slot and then got the drain. That's funny. We'll take a skull for now. Kill that out. He's just going to resummon, though. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for that. It actually just made him stronger. I'm not going to cast Greed just so it doesn't die, because that would be good at this point. Oh, never mind. We lost. Wow. That's the first time in a while I actually lost a gnome, not because it escaped, but because we lost the battle. Key team, stop failing us. There we go. It's mainly these transforms. We are getting a hard counter to transform next patch, though. Bless will be the hard counter to transform starting next patch. So you're going to start seeing a lot of Quillen teams, just so we no longer need to deal with that mechanic. Well, I guess you might not be seeing it as much. Well, it'd be used more invasion-wise to make sure that you don't get transformed whenever you're invading. But yeah, we are getting immune to transform on Blessed. It was mentioned under the spoiler thread thingy, and also it's in the beta. And while I haven't been mentioning anything about the beta, that is something that was already public knowledge, so might as well say it. But that is one of the interesting meta changes that's coming in for next patch. One of them. Can't mention some of the other ones, though, unfortunately. Okay, we'll move that over. Take brown. Grab it. That reminds me, did they never post another spoiler yet? Because there might be one of them I might be able to talk about if they finally actually release a spoiler thingy. Let's see. Why is it not loading? It is not wanting to load. The endless lag screen. Probably because I have too many tabs between the things I was showing earlier and now this. I think I have like 6 tabs open now, or 7. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, I guess Facebook is fine. Facebook, Twitter, whatever ends up bringing us there. Let's see. Still not responding. I type in like a few letters to it, and it's like, nope, not responding. It's also because there's a thunderstorm right now. I mentioned at the beginning of stream. Don't think I actually mentioned it verbally during this stream, though. But I am in a thunderstorm right now, so that is making everything slower. I'm actually really surprised that we haven't gotten like more small disconnections because of it. Of the actual stream. Okay, let's see. Come on. Load. While trying to check that, we're going to lose the battle. Let's see, because I'm not focusing on the battle at all. Go and throw a key down. Okay, we do have one new notification. That's probably not them, though. It might be them. Though it might be them on the Monday event video. Or the Monday event, event. Not the event video, but just on the event. Okay, for whatever reason, a notification didn't pop up there. So let me just type in Gems of War manually. Find it that way. Let's see. Did they post anything? The answer is loading screen. The answer is still a loading screen. Let's see. Still a loading screen. Nope, just a post that they're going to be live. And yes, we did get a spoiler. Except it's not that interesting. Fail. But let me go bring it up. Why did they only post it 9 hours ago instead of yesterday? They seem to be posting it on Sundays now instead of whatever day they used to do it on, Saturdays. Hey, let me go bring it up real quick. It's nothing too interesting, but I'll go over it real quick because why not? Just so you guys can see it. Let's go over that. Click on this. Come on, load. Let me get rid of that Facebook just so we have less tabs. Let's see. Get rid of those. Minimize that. Make a window capture for the new one. Wait till it loads. Everything's just frozen now. Computer, function. Okay. Let's see. Seriously, why is it being so sluggish right now all of a sudden? Okay. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Window capture. If we could ever scroll. Come on. There we go. Window capture, video capture. That's not what I need. Where's window? We just had it up earlier. Where did it go? There it is, window. Now I just need to get the window for the specific spoiler, and then we'll go show it real quick. If anyone else has any other questions, let me know. It'll probably just end after that. There it is. Click OK. Make it visible. Make it bigger as well because it's kind of small. There we go. Okay, so is there a way to make it even bigger than that? No. Where is there? Open a new tab. There we go. A little bit bigger than that. That should be fine. So, sneak peek here. This is just a bunch of the emoticons, as you probably saw in the previous sneak peek that we showed last week, or was it 2 weeks ago from their official thing. We are getting emoticons. There aren't really that many currently. They're probably going to add more over time and for other basic objectives. The ones they currently have are super ridiculously easy to obtain. A single one is hard to do at all. You probably already by default have all of them done. You do have to win 10 PvP battles regardless though for that other one, but that takes like no time at all. You could do that in pretty much 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But yeah, all of them are super easy to obtain, but it's just a bunch of emoticons for chat, and they will be adding more in the future. I'm actually surprised they don't have more related to the game. They do have the 6 mana colors, but they don't have any resources like the gems and stuff like that. They have more emoticons on Steam for the game than they do within the game itself of the game, which is kind of funny. But they do have the 6 gem colors. I'm pretty sure they'll add gems, diamonds, other resources, gold, and stuff into it. I'm actually really surprised they don't currently have that kind of thing in there yet. But over time, they'll probably add more. They might even add like $5 packs for them or something, who knows. But they'll probably find some way to slightly monetize it. I wouldn't be surprised. Or at least make slightly harder objectives. All the current objectives are ridiculously easy for the emoticons, portraits, titles, and all that kind of stuff. To the point where it doesn't even feel like you earned it. Like one of the titles need to be something related to like getting Zugoff or getting like a ridiculously high total renown or something like that. None of those exist. They're super ultra easy to obtain. All of them are. Which I guess is fine. Like, for emoticons, that makes a little bit more sense, because they are a bit more of a casual thing. But for at least titles, they should be a bit harder. They are way, way too easy to obtain, all the current titles they have. I don't recall a single one being particularly difficult. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a thread, and if there's not going to be one, I'm going to create it, of better titles we need. Like, objectives to do within the game in order to get, like, a title. Like, maybe a certain score within Treasure Map, or owning Zugoff, or a certain amount of total renown, or any number of actually hard-to-obtain things, because they're pretty easy currently. In the state of the game, that's going to be 4.3. But, yeah, this is mainly just them adding it to the game. They're, of course, going to expand upon it in the future, eventually. Though, that's the same thing that kind of happened with SoulForge. They'll eventually expand upon it, like a year and a half later. Still haven't got much expansion on it, but we'll get around to it. Anyways, that's that. Nothing really too interesting, but figured I'd show it. It's a bunch of emoticons for spamming chat with. Though I wish they would add more of the useful ones, like I mentioned. Like the 6 gem colors are really good. Now we need like the gold resource, gem resource, other stuff like that. So you can make really neat looking like recruitment things, as well as other messages where whenever you need to tell someone something, you could just use the icon of it. Would be kind of cool. But anyways, did anyone else have anything else you want to ask? Let me go check where on Earth chat is. I actually cannot find it, because we have too many tabs going here. Okay, let me get rid of this. That's the objectives for the week. Let me get rid of this. This is the Facebook thingy to get that link. And here's chats. There we go. Okay, what did I miss? Web spinner, new old meta with new troop tomorrow? New old meta. No, because too many things have immune to poison. I don't think you can get away with it. You also wouldn't get first turn poison unless you used it with a Reali. But, oh, with that being said, yeah, I guess that could work. Though you'd probably be better off doing it with Infernus, with Hero Class with Triple Skull. Which might mean Warlord Hero Class. Oh, I don't have maxed Warlord Hero Class. Warlord Hero Class might actually be new meta starting tomorrow. I didn't think about that. But yeah, Warlord plus Infernus, plus the new troop that's Skull spamming tomorrow, plus one other support troop. Probably new meta. Or at least a really good team if it's not better than what currently exists. It is really bad against things that have skull mitigation as well as immune to burning. You do need to make sure they ideally have neither of those two things. And in the case of something like Gorgolfa, it has both of those counters, so it's going to be a little bit annoying against that. But assuming you can burn everything, it should be fine. Also, never mind, that shouldn't be too big a deal. I forgot. Well, it will slightly not be too big a deal, because if you use Warlord, you do get 1.5 times multiplier and Enrage, so you do get to hit through skull mitigation. However, you still won't be able to burn them. But, yeah, I might need to finally go max out Warlord. There are some very occasional instances where it's better, and those instances are when durability means absolutely nothing. Otherwise, you use Dragon Guard Hero Class. But the problem with Dragon Guard is Dragon Guard does not have Enrage, is the problem with Dragon Guard. It has a good 40% reduction. It has a lot of other stuff. It even has 20% extra damage based on skulls, which normally actually makes it more damage than Warlord because of that. But what it doesn't have is Enrage, unfortunately. Whereas Warlord does. It gets it off of its second to last trait. And unfortunately, it does need to be maxed out for you to use it, because you need triple damage to burning, and you need Bloodthirsty, which are the two only relevant parts of this entire hero class, is the fact that it has Enrage into Bloodthirsty. I mean, it has 3 times skulls into 1.5 times Enrage, so basically 4.5 times damage, plus you could use it within skull spam. Basically one-shots everything, essentially. Let's see. Oh, no problem, Alan. Let's see. Why Draco on that team with Tina? Draco's 1337, because it ends up giving us extra armor, and it also allows us to cover every color, and it allows us to mana drain. Also, the instant kill that it has helps concentrate the damage. Both Tesla and Tina 9000 like to concentrate their damage, and whenever you get a kill, that just means you'll be concentrating it a little bit more than you were previously. So it works pretty decently for them. But yeah, it's mainly just there as a counter option, and because it covers the rest of the options while you're still using a mech. And the relevant part of using it as a mech is it counts as a mech and a Donna, which gives us a bunch of extra armor, also slightly more attack, but mostly the armor is the relevant aspect of it. But that is why we're using that there. It also technically gives us more magic reduction, because not only do we have 50% spell reduction on that, but we have a magic reduction on his final trait. So we have a little bit of synergy there. Can you explain portraits and titles? I can't really say much about them. because they haven't really showed anything, but they're exactly what they sound like. I won't go in detail, but basically portraits are just icons that you can set for your icon, you know, the little square portrait thing, and the title is like any other title that just appears next to your name, like in almost every game out there. You just get titles by doing certain objectives, and then boom, title next to your name. But yeah, that's pretty much all they are, just like they are in any other game. Same thing. Let's see. Clockwork Sphinx isn't better. Clockwork Sphinx is nice. You'd be missing yellow. You would have more board control. You would have an armor gain. I don't know, it depends how you want to run the battle. You would lose a disable option, though. But it would run the team with higher offense, though, because you'd have better board control and you'd have more armor for Tesla damage. And technically Tina's damage as well if first slot ever dies. But no, I personally prefer it with Dracos. Covers every color, so whenever you use an Exploder option, you normally want to cover every color. It's fine if you're missing one, but obviously with Explosion, you're getting every single mana accumulated. So generally you want to be covering every color, just because you're wasting mana potential if you are not. But I don't know, I guess it depends on preference. They both seem like they'd be pretty good options for it. Either or would work. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Any other last minute questions? Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow. We'll be going over the new event and everything that will be bringing throughout next week. And of course, the video being posted on Monday. Other than that, tomorrow night we'll be messing around with raids and getting a bunch of bosses killed. The restriction for next week will be Groshnock, which is a bit annoying, but we did get a new skull spam option, so it's not going to be as annoying because worst comes to worst, you can just empower into skull spam immediately. So it's going to be a really interesting mechanic. The new troop coming out, we are going to be probably messing around with the most tomorrow night, other than raids. It's potentially going to be one of the best troops in the game, top 10, top 20. It's hard to even tell these days. But it's going to be a great skull spam utility, given that it skull spams on turn 1, which has never been possible before, at least not consistently. I guess technically you could have used Elspeth into a single color troop and then feed a skull spammer to full, but that could potentially miss, whereas this is a 100% guarantee. Assuming it has alignment on the board, you'll have the option. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Also, one other thing I should probably go mention. Well, there's still that flash offer. That's not as relevant. But the more relevant thing is you have 4 hours and 27 minutes if you still want to spend event keys to go get the Possessed King. This right now, this last 4 hours, could potentially be the last time to get Possessed King prior to Plague Lord, which will be bringing Darkstone to 10-star plus. And in order to get 10-star plus for +1 magic on this kingdom, it will require the Possessed King. And there is a possibility right now, for the last 4.5 hours, is the last time you have off of event keys to get him prior to release. There's a chance he might come into Soulforge prior to that, or at least soon after. And I guess technically you can throw a bunch of sigils or a bunch of gems when the event week happens, because there'll technically be a chance for it to drop, I believe, off the event. Because whatever the hero class is, I believe the hero class is the same typing as the Possessed King. I think it's human, if I'm not mistaken. I actually forget off the top of my head. But whatever the typing is, it's almost guaranteed aligned with Possessed King, which means there would technically be an ever so small chance when you buy those packs during the class event later this month that it could drop Possessed King. But more often than not, basically this last 4 hours and 26 minutes is the last time to get him. Before then, you'll still be able to have more chances to get him, obviously, in the future. But if you do want to get 10... or if you want to get +3 magic immediately on Darkstone, he is required, so do be mindful of that. But anyways, guys, just wanted to do that one last reminder. I'll catch you all later, and thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you're enjoying the stream, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone!